beat Maximilian Schachmann, who was the third rider on the podium in the Keirin last night. There's Richardson, born in the UK, moved to Australia at a young age. Gold in the Commonwealth Games in this distance last year. And the man he beat in the final, right there, Nicholas Paul. 2019 Pan Am champion in the sprint. As always, best 2 of 3 in this event. And they're off. It's a 3-lap. The clock actually starts with only 200 meters to go, but it's 3 laps to build up to one final lap. And this is a common sight. The games begin. Because there's no point starting to sprint right now, because you will quickly run out of energy. You compress that power into one big exertion. Paul is from Gasparillo, the southern part of the island of Trinidad.
Back in 2019, and still stands. So he's a fierce competitor and a veteran of the sprint.
See if they come to a complete stop. If you're new to the sport, it would be called a track stand. And it's all tactics. It's all gamesmanship. Sometimes riders want to be on the front as they come around. Other times, they want to come from behind. Paul swerving one way, then the other. These guys have raced each other plenty of times in their careers. Richardson now trying to go over the top around the outside. Now he dives and ducks inside, then outside again. Paul watching him closely. He's up by the fence. Richardson and Paul now out of the saddle to come up to hear the bell. 250 meters to go. Paul leading things around the turn, but here comes an injection of pace. The Australian Matthew Richardson trying to bring it around the outside, but Paul looks like he just hangs on to take race 1. 1-0 Trinidad. And these two men raced at the Commonwealth Games in Birmingham in 2022. Richardson won it 2 races to none. So first blood for the man from the Caribbean. Tactics and permutations changing in such a short period of time. Richardson inside, then outside, and then tries to bring it around, but just runs out of track. Paul did enough to throw him off and get himself to the line in first place. Here against Paul. There's a look at Paul. His gold in the Keirin at the Commonwealth Games in 2022 snapped a 52-year drought in cycling for Trinidad. In track cycling, very big deal in those 2 islands. And it will be Richardson leading this one up. They switch sides. Race 1, it was Paul on the inside. Race 2, Richardson's turn to start on the inside. He has the opportunity to lead things out.
So I have some record holders in the house here. Down in the VIP section in the field.
There's nothing wrong with biking on the light blue paint, that part of the track. The sprint isn't underway, so they're not in their sprinting lanes.
To break the sub-10 seconds.
Now they go up high. Now here's the best chance for a track stand. I think they're moving a little bit too quickly. Richardson, a quick glance forward. But other than that, he's busy looking over his shoulder. Paul wanting to end this quickly. Both riders go up high. Paul sneaks a look down low. Almost a feint to see if Richardson will bite. Nothing doing. See some sprints go from a long way out. They're coming up to a lap and a half. Now they go forward. Richardson out of the saddle. Paul still sitting in the saddle. Getting into that slipstream as they come up to reach the bell. Now the race is on. Paul going around the outside. He is eating up big chunks of track there. He gets around the outside. Did he start his sprint too early? He tries to hold off Matthew Richardson, and Nicholas Paul wins it in 2. For the first time this weekend, Matthew Richardson will not stand atop the podium. Nicholas Paul, the clean sweep in 2 races. He will race for gold. Powerful heart on Nicholas Paul to drive those legs. That was a very, very long sprint. He got the advantage down the back stretch. Richardson still had the inside line, but just sheer brunt force power of Nicholas Paul. Just that race one for gold. Nicholas Paul, the man from Gasparillo, Trinidad. And Mateusz Rudick from Oława in Poland. Just checking the geography, Oława is in sort of the southwest corner of Poland, close to Wrocław. Same thing here, best 2 of 3. Last night in the women's match sprints, a grandstand finish for gold. Goes to 3 races. Kelsey Mitchell with the hometown crowd, they give her a boost. She picked up the win. It's Paul who leads out race number 1. He's 24, Rudick 27.
He's up against a veteran sprinter, so Matthias, he is in the white, the red shorts. Nicholas Paul is in the red with the white sleeves.
And they have to get over that halfway line if they want to think about a track stand. A bit of a hop by Paul, but keeping the momentum forward. Weaving up and down. Paul taking the lower line right now, lifting the bike up just a little bit. And Rudick now moves to the front. He decides that's enough of that. I'm gonna lead to the front. But Paul thinks, oh yeah? I don't think so. He goes back around, and already a lap and a half to go, and the sprint is off. Rudick decides now I go. He comes around to lead things to the bell. Paul now has to chase his way back around. He's going to get into that slipstream, and right around the outside, Nicholas Paul is driving this one to the line. He takes race 1. Rudick opening up the sprinting early. Paul was able to jump into that slipstream, enjoy a bit of a draft, and then turn on the jets and power it to the line around the outside. 1-0, Trinidad and Tobago. We will see these gentlemen once again in just a little bit. A look back. Rudick opens the taps early. Jumps around the outside. It doesn't phase that man right there, who's one race away from a nation. Leading 1-0 on Mateusz Rudick from Poland. Rudick has a 2019 sprint bronze medal. He already knows he'll have his best result of the Nations Cup season. 4th in Cairo, 10th in Jakarta. He's guaranteed at least a silver, but he wants a gold. Nicholas Paul wants to prevent that. 24-year-old, bronze yesterday in Kieran. And Rudick, a face etched in stone, not giving away any expression. Paul, same thing. Three laps underway. Rudick.
All right, Paul was the winner.
Leads this one off.
He has been exceptional.
Go right down.
Effort so far this spring campaign here.
This one.
You know, he is looking
Just above a walking pace to start it.
get it over and done with.
No track stands in the bronze medal race.
Record holder in the fine 200
This one looks
sprint.
like it could be a little bit more likely as they ride up the track. A stare down. Paul watching Rudick. Rudick returning the favor. Rudick wants to force a decider. Nicholas Paul, one race from a gold medal. Right down on the blue paint there. Now the tempo ratchets up. Now Rudick starts to go. Still 2 laps to go. This one could be another long, long sprint. Paul closes the gap. They come up to the bell. Rudick still in front. Now they both hit the full gas here. Paul going around the outside. Rudick matching him right now. He does have the inside line. We'll see if that goes to his advantage. It's Rudick. It's Paul. It's Paul. It's gold. Confirmation, Nicholas Paul of Trinidad and Tobago wins gold in the Nations Cup here in Milton. Wins sprints. Very, very strong man in the match sprint format. 2019 Pan Am champion, silver at the 2022 Commonwealth Games. Rudick knows when he's been beaten by a stronger rider on the day. You always love to see the appreciation between the two. Side by side coming around the turn, but Paul, having closed that gap, does just enough. We'll see both of these men again soon. Final results. Paul, Rudick, Richardson, the medal winners. Sarom of Malaysia in 4th. Nick WAMMES, the Canadian, finishing in 5th after losing his quarterfinal.